Welcome back to the Flippin' Ain't Easy channel. Wanted to give you a quick video about managed payments and update. Some of us, like my secondary account, still hasn't been switched over, and we're now on the 3rd of August. So we were all supposed to be changed over by the end of July. So what's going on? So let's talk about it. So without any further ado, let's go. So I'm getting a lot of people asking me, hey, what's going on with managed payments? Supposed to be switched over by the end of July. What's going on here? And so I recently received an email on my secondary account from eBay stating that they're giving me a 2-week notice, and you should be looking out for that as well. I know some have already received it, some may not have received it, but apparently it may be based on when you enrolled. I didn't enroll until a few days before the deadline, so maybe yours is going to be coming in the next few days. So followed by that 2-week warning, we're going to get a 2-day warning, another email from eBay stating to be ready because the transformations are going to take place, where at a certain point no more PayPal payments are going to be received, and you're going to receive managed payments. And for some of you, it's going to be an adjustment, right? Many of you are used to having that money available right away, and it's just not going to happen. So you need to have that backup plan in place. Like I've mentioned in previous videos, have that credit card or that account set up to where you have available funds or credit to where you can pay for any expenses you need to pay for, and you're not reliant on that money. You may have it set to daily, you may have it set to weekly with managed payments as far as the frequency of when you're going to get that money, but make sure that you set it up to where you have a way to pay for whatever you need on the side. Like for me, I use Pirate Ship on many of my items. I can't use pending funds from my eBay account to pay for a Pirate Ship label. So I have to have that secondary account. And if many of you out there use a third-party shipping software, you need to remember that it's you're not going to have that PayPal balance to deal with. You need to have that secondary account. But the transition from my experience on my main account last year, the transition should be fairly smooth. The only thing that concerns me is those of you who have a PayPal loan. There's a working business loan that PayPal has offered, and I believe continues to offer eBay sellers, where for instance, they give you a loan up front and they take 10% or 13% or whatever the percentage is. They kind of base it on your current sales, and they take that out of every payment that they receive into PayPal for your eBay sales, and that sort of pays down your loan. Well, of course, very soon here, PayPal is not going to receive that money, and it's going to be on you every 30, not 30 days, it's actually every 90 days, you're going to have to make that payment with PayPal. And you should be contacting PayPal just to double check on those loans, because you don't want to default on those loans. You want to stay on top of it. And that's really the only major change, other than the fact that you may need access to that money, but that's the only major change that you're going to need to sort of be on top of, okay? But everything else should be falling into place. That's what happened with me and many other people I've talked to. They haven't had any issues. But I sort of kind of planned this out when I changed over on my original account last year. I had that account set up, so I was ready for the transition, and therefore it really didn't affect me. But I just got to say that this could have been handled better. I understand that eBay, they've been wanting to do this since last year to get everyone switched over sometime this year, and it just seems like it was rushed. We were told back May, June, that everyone would be switched over by the end of July. End of July came, and many of us are still waiting to switch over. So I just wish the communication was a little bit better. if they ran into hiccups or if they something changed, just come out and tell us. I don't even know why all of us aren't switched over at this point. But it's a minor deal. I'm not complaining. This is what I'm doing. I'm reporting to you, stimulating the conversation about managed payments and how it was handled. Some of you are okay with it, and some of you are frustrated to the point where you want to get rid of your store. I don't think it's worth taking it to that extreme. Really, there's no platform that can replace eBay. As far as I'm concerned, if you're dealing with clothing, Poshmark is, in my opinion, better than eBay. But as far as hard goods or anything else, I think eBay is still, for third-party resellers, still probably the best place to be. I've checked into Amazon and your fulfillment by merchant program. It's still a lot left to be desired. If you're selling top brands, for instance, many of us can't even sell on Amazon with those top brands because those items are gated. And there's a lot more going on with returns with Amazon, and it's just less seller friendly than eBay is, if that's even possible. But it is possible. eBay's trying to get to that point, but until then, this is really the only platform I can see selling my wares. I'm not going to Bonanza. I'm not going to Mercari. Mercari is a yard sale compared to eBay. I'm sorry. I've had bad luck with Mercari and just not very good success. So eBay it is for me, and I'm sure for many of you. Just think about your alternatives before you decide to pull the plug on eBay. And certainly I wouldn't do it over this issue. Give it a try. If it doesn't work out, okay. If managed payments isn't for you, then certainly look into moving on if you have to. But from just a regular seller's standpoint, it's really not worth quitting just yet. At least that's just my opinion. So have any of you received your email? Have you already been switched over from PayPal to managed payments? Leave a comment below if you've already been switched over. Have you received an email from eBay, and when are you supposed to switch over? I'm thinking that everyone should be switched over by the end of August. For those of you who are already switched over from managed payments, how do you like it? Is it worse, better than what you thought it was? Share your comments down below. Please consider leaving a like. Hit that like button, and consider subscribing to my channel. And every few days I'm going to put out more content for you sellers out there, whether you're a beginner, intermediate, or even an expert. I think in this business we can always learn something, and I would rather personally learn from someone else's mistakes than my own, because heck, I'm still making mistakes. I won't go into the mistake I made today, but I'm making mistakes, and I'm willing to bet that some of you out there are too. But as long as we're human, it's going to happen. So before I sign off, I wanted to thank each and every one of you. I'm over 1,000 subscribers, and really a lot of that's happened in the last month and a half. It's really humbling, and it's just amazing that 1,100 people care about maybe what I have to say. And I recall, before I even thought about doing these videos, I would sit there, do my shipping, do some research, and I'd have these same videos playing while I'm working. And it's sort of a humbling thing to think that there's others out there that are now listening to what I have to say as it pertains to eBay. So shout out to every one of you. Continue the comments. I really appreciate the fact that you take time, many of you take time to leave pretty detailed comments or situations, and I read every one of them. And I'll either give you a like or I'll reply if I feel it's appropriate. And it's something that I do every day and I look forward to. So thank you all for your support on this channel, and my goal is to continue to make good videos and to put out as much content that helps an eBay seller as I can. So with that said, I'll come out with another video in the next few days. Have a great rest of your week and make a lot of sales.